Hello, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I really am. I'm glad you're making the effort and taking the time to continue on with this course in these strange and crazy times. Module 2, it's a continuation of light and shadow. And there's two main principles that I want to talk about and show you about here before we get into the actual project. Number one, shadows have shape. 2, change of plane equals change of value. And so let's get right into it here. First, take a look at this diagram right here. This is all about change of plane, change of value. You can see that it has 4 different planes. Light is coming from above and a little bit from the left. As a result, the top plane is getting the most light. As it comes and changes plane, changes direction of plane, it's getting less light a little bit now, so it changes value. Change of plane, change of value. As it goes underneath, it has a big change of value because it's now in shadow. Same thing going this way. The plane changes, and in this case, it goes into shadow. Change of plane, change of value. Change of plane, change of value. Basic idea. You can see it happening in all of these. Here, there's actual corners. Here, it's rounded. If we do it all the way, you'd have halftone as this plane is changing, or this surface. It would gradually get darker, and then it would go into shadow. Change of plane, change of value. Shadows have shape. You'll notice that there's a definite shape of this shadow, a definite shape of this shadow, and so on. The shape of the shadow is determined by the shape or form of the object. Here, in this rounded form, you get a shape of a shadow like this. Over here, we have a rectangular object, a box object, so the shape of the shadow is like that. Not only does the shape of the form determine the shape of the shadow, but also the direction of the light. Here we have the same form, the same object as this, but the shape of the shadow is different because, in this case, the light is coming from a different direction, a little bit behind the object, and so it creates a larger and different shape than when the light's coming from a little bit in front of it. Of course, you get a different cast shadow too. Same thing here. In this case, the light is coming from very low from this side. And so that throws all of this into shadow. So you get a shape of a shadow that's shaped like that, as opposed to this. Same form, but different shape of shadow because the light is in a different position. So just to sum all that up, change of plane means change of value. That's how you show the change of the plane. And shadows have shape. And the shape of the shadow is determined by the shape or form of the object and the direction of the light source. So again, shadows have shape, change of plane equals change of value. Here are 2 heads. This one is drawn with just shading, kind of nebulous shading where the artist saw some dark spots in the model that they were drawing from. Here, you'll notice each shadow has a distinct shape, just like we just talked about. And those shapes of shadow are determined by the turning of the form, the actual nature of the form, and the direction of light coming in. So look how it works on a still life drawing in the style of what we're going to be working on through the rest of the semester. The shadow shapes on all of the spherical things all have a similar shape of shadow. Notice the shadows have a core shadow and a reflected light. You get into these forms here, which are very different. You have very different shapes of shadows because the form is different. Then change of plane, change of value. Change of plane, change of value. All of these, from upper planes to side planes, it goes darker. That's because in this case, the light is coming from above. If the light were coming from a different direction, let's say we're coming from straight this way, then the lightest planes would be over here, move to a mid-tone, and then into the shadow. Even subtly here. Change of plane, change of value. Those are important principles to get into your DNA. Just learn it and do it.